fuck is your real name?
Levon.
Nice to meet you, Levon.
You want me to be scared? You gotta try harder.
What if the most dangerous man on a construction site wasn't the one swinging the heaviest hammer, but the one who hadn't touched a weapon in years and was quietly hoping he'd never have to again? Levon Cade left the Royal Marines with a body count he doesn't talk about and a grief he carries like concrete in his chest. He found something close to peace working construction, surrounded by people who treat him like family. But when the daughter of that family disappears into the hands of the Russian mob, Levon doesn't call the police. He doesn't call a lawyer. He picks up a shovel, and then he picks up something considerably more lethal.
No one kills 3 people to sell a woman.
I'm gonna bring her home.
At a construction site in Chicago, a group of thugs shows up to rough up one of Levon's workers. He approaches calmly, tells them the man needs to get back to work. They laugh. Without a word of warning, Levon whips a bucket of nails at them and detonates into a beatdown so efficient it looks like a man finishing a chore. When more guys rush in, he grabs a cement bag, drives it into someone's chest, rips a shotgun from another attacker, and sends the whole crew scrambling off the site. His shaken worker stares at him. Levon just brushes it off and keeps moving. Levon Cade is the foreman at Garcia and Family Construction. Joe and Carla Garcia treat him like one of their own. Their daughter Jenny, fresh off a semester of college, handles the accounting and wants to rent a party bus to celebrate with her friends. Joe pushes back. Carla wins. He hands over the credit card.
Grandma made your thinga. Shredded chicken. It's good.
Why is everyone always feeding me?
Just get my back if I ever need it.
Sure, Jenny.
After work, Levon picks up his daughter Meredith from her grandfather's house. Dr. Roth holds custody on alternating days and has staged a full party on Levon's pickup night just to make him look unreliable. Roth calls him an unsafe parent, a killer, a man who can't pretend to be something he's not. Levon doesn't take the bait. In the car, Meredith admits she sometimes forgets her mother's face. Roth removed every photo from the house. Levon gives her a framed picture of her late mother and tells her she looks just like her. She confesses she's angry at her mother for dying and leaving them. Levon tells her he carries that same hurt every single day. Meanwhile, Jenny hits the town in the rented party bus, bouncing from bar to bar with her friends. In the background, a couple watches them quietly, snapping photos, trailing them from one stop to the next. At their final bar, a bartender named Johnny seats Jenny at a private table in the back and texts the couple to come inside. When Jenny heads to the bathroom, they strike, dragging her into their van. Monday morning, Levon arrives at the job site to find police swarming the area. Jenny is missing. She never came home Friday night. She missed her piano recital. Joe and Carla are desperate. Joe says he knows a fellow veteran when he sees one. His father was a Green Beret. They offer Levon $50,000 to find Jenny, plus 20 more for expenses. Levon refuses. That part of his life is over. After work, he drives deep into the woods to visit Gunny, an old military buddy he once saved. Levon brings up Jenny, says she's a good kid, says he promised he had her back. Gunny smirks and tells him he didn't have to drive all this way, pretending he needs permission. If Levon's going to do this, he needs to do it the old way. No half measures, fully locked in. He digs through Jenny's photos from that night and checks her last known location. At Skip's bar, he spots the bartender Johnny sliding drugs across the counter. Behind the bar, he finds a broken security camera and one of Jenny's pearls on the floor. When Johnny closes up, Levon tracks him back to his apartment and walks in with a shotgun.
You a cop?
You wish I was a cop. Where's the girl?
A girl.
Johnny repeats the same lie he told police. She wandered off drunk. Levon doesn't buy it. He drags Johnny to the bathtub and waterboards him, explaining the science of it with the calm of a man who has done far worse. Your mind knows you're in a bathtub. It's just a wet towel. but adrenaline makes your heart race, so you burn more air and your nervous system tells you that you're drowning. Johnny finally cracks. He warns Levon that the men involved are on another level, people who wipe out entire bloodlines. Before he can say more, two armed men burst into the apartment. Levon pulls Johnny in front of him as a shield, steps out, and guns both men down without hesitation. He checks their tattoos, Bratva, Russian mob soldiers. He stages the scene as a robbery, grabs some cash, and walks out.
Sorry, Mom. I wish you could have seen me.
Outside, a luxury car pulls up. Two men in Gucci step out with a Bratva captain named Wolo Kolisnik. They survey the bodies. Wolo spots $90,000 missing and assumes robbery. Levon takes notes from a distance. Then his daughter Meredith calls from school just to check on him.
The fucking door opens itself.
Levon tails the Russians across the city to Wolo's home. He watches through the windows. Inside, Wolo's wife tries to kiss him. Wolo slaps her hard and rants about money. Levon takes that personally. Once she walks away, he slips inside, splashes hot coffee across Wolo's face, and drops him cold. When Wolo wakes up, he's tied to a chair anchored to the wall, hanging over a water pit. Levon rips the tape off his mouth and warns him to keep his voice down. Any loud noise and he drops. Wolo starts ranting about how Levon has no idea who he's dealing with. Levon shrugs. Wolo raises his voice. Levon slaps him. That's for slapping that woman this morning. Wolo says that woman was his wife. Levon slaps him again. That's for slapping your wife. Levon shows him a picture of Jenny. Wolo answers in Chinese. Levon cuts the rope and drops him into the water. Wolo thrashes and drowns under Levon's cold stare.
Why, Demi? Was a respected man of honor. Find this man and bring him to me.
Have you ever seen someone die before?
You're so fucking pretty.
A DEA contact gives Levon a lead. Hattie's Bar in Joliet, a meth hub tied to the Russians. Levon rides in on a motorcycle, orders a beer, and scans the room. He gets pulled into the back to meet Dutch, the biker gang leader. Levon claims he needs 4 pounds of blue glass a month. Dutch tests him, his men swarm, and Levon breaks hands, ragdolls bodies, and slams men into furniture. He grabs a skull from a shelf and uses it like boxing gloves to beat the last guy senseless. Dutch calls him off, shakes his hand, and asks if he's ex-military because he fights like one. They settle on $5 grand per pound. Levon dumps the drugs in a river. He eventually sits down with Demi himself, using a fake name and fake ID.
My name is Demi.
Bill.
Now you leave and don't look back.
After the meeting, he traces the same mystery man appearing in Jenny's photos back to Hattie's Bar. When he returns to scope the place, the Russians spot him on camera and give chase. A highway pursuit, bullets slicing past him. His bike crashes into a police car. The officers step out. They're on the Bratva payroll too. The Russians grab him and drag him into their van.
I warned him.
Do you know who we are? Tie up his legs.
You want me to be scared? You gotta try harder.
Levon snaps into action, knocks them back, grabs their gun, fires a shot into the driver, and sends the van crashing off the road. He breaks one thug's knee with a hammer and puts both men down permanently. He pushes the van into the lake. Simon, a high-ranking Bratva member, stands over the bodies of his 2 sons. Cold and expressionless, he orders his men to convene the war council. The 2 kidnappers meet with Demi. He tears into them, furious that Jenny bit half their client's face. He orders them to kill her immediately. But before they can finish the job, Jenny kicks the weapon away, sends the car crashing off the road, cuts herself free, and bolts into the woods. She flags down a police car on the road, unaware those officers also work for the Russians. They drive her straight back to the kidnappers.
I'm so fucking sorry.
Miss me?
Levon gets a call that no one picked Meredith up from school. He collects her and races to his father-in-law's home, now engulfed in flames. He carries Dr. Roth out to safety. Outside, Roth rants that violence follows Levon like a storm cloud. Meredith fires back, reminding him that Levon just saved his life when he could have left him to burn. Levon drives Meredith to Gunny's cabin to lay low. Gunny leads him to a room full of weapons, each one carrying its own history: the M4 carbine, the MP5SD, and the M14, the one Levon remembers and wishes he didn't. He packs his gear, says goodbye to Meredith, and heads out to wage war. He tracks Demi down, tears through 2 guards with clean clinical brutality, and uses a third as a human shield. Demi grabs one of his girls and holds her hostage. Levon shoots straight through Demi's palm and tells the girl to take the money and run. He shows Demi a picture of Jenny and demands her location. Demi laughs. Why kill so many people over one girl? Levon's answer is 4 words. I told her I had her back. Levon gears up in full military kit and storms the compound. Inside, wealthy patrons mingle casually while the man with the torn face sits in the back, smoking, waiting for his next appointment, completely oblivious to the hurricane about to hit. At the rear of the house, Jenny sits at a piano and begins playing Moonlight Sonata as Levon silently takes out the lookouts posted in the trees. A grenade rolls down the hallway. It detonates, ripping the mansion apart. Levon storms in and starts dismantling the operation one shot at a time with his M14. Dutch and his biker gang smash through the house, firing wildly. Levon cuts them down one by one. Dutch himself steps forward for the final showdown, overpowers Levon at first, tosses him around with brute strength, then grabs a knife and demands Levon's real name. Levon tells him. Dutch screams and charges. Levon drives a blade into him mid-rush, pins him to the wall, and ends it. My fight wasn't with you. I know I could finish it. Sorry, brother. Levon reloads and heads upstairs. Jenny calls out. He bursts into the room and kills the pervert instantly. Viper empties his gun at him, runs dry, and Levon unloads, smashing his head through a window and dragging his face along the wall. Jenny holds her own, fights Artemis, and kills her, all while still chained up. Levon frees her. The 2 Bratva maniacs burst in, spraying bullets at everyone in sight. Levon drops them with cold precision and heads downstairs, laying his M14 on the pool table as a final gesture of respect for the friend he once failed. Jenny takes one last look at the ruined mansion and says goodbye. They climb onto a motorcycle and tear off into the night. From a distance, Simon watches them escape and calls the Bratva. The higher-ups order him to stand down. None of this was business. The devil has what he came for. Let him go. With no hope left, Simon collapses in the yard, screaming in helpless rage.